What's up guys, Shane here, and today I want to show you my newest MOC that I've been working on. So this is a TTX well car, and these well cars are made for carrying 20 and 40 foot containers, either single stack or double stacked. And I created this from someone else's model that I found in a YouTube video, and I really liked it, and I wanted to try my hand at the Studio.io. So that's the 3D modeling, the 3D modeling Lego software, something like that. Yeah, but that's where you can find all these bricks in a 3D model. You can add them in, build, and create very cool objects. So I am dumbfounded, honestly, with how good this looks. I love it, and I want to take you through it a little bit, and then we're gonna do a bit of a build and show you how to build the containers that I created and the well cars. Now for the well cars, I have two different versions. This one is an end one. So this one has a brake on the end of it and this larger platform, where the center cars, so the ones that don't have the brakes, only have these smaller platforms on here on each side. Now I've only built this one so far, but there are some cool things here. So the end cars are the ones that have the magnetic buffers, and the inner cars are just going off of these 2x2, what are these ones called? The rotating plates, the turntables. Yeah, 2x2 turntables with some smooth plates on here so that they don't grab on anything. And then they just pop right here in the bottom. Now, I've seen other people do this on their builds, and I honestly really like it because the bogies can be pretty expensive, and that means you have to use a Technic plate in order to have the bogies clip in, and I didn't want to do that, so I like having these. I mean, again, this car just looks so good. So let's take a look here at the containers. Well, actually, let's finish up here with the car here. So you saw the car there. So here on the inside, you can see how I am spanning that gap. And again, I saw this on his video. He's doing it a little bit differently. He's using one plate less and squeezing this more, unless I just missed how he did the design. Again, I designed this 100% off of watching his video. So I really enjoyed learning how to do this, and it was just great. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm using a bunch of these 2x4 slopes. I have a bunch of 2x4 smooth plates or tiles. In the back here, using two Technic pins in here in order to create that gap. Yeah, I mean, it's super simple. Honestly, it's not that crazy of a build. And the container, the 40 foot, just slides oh so perfectly in there, you know, nice and tight. And if you wanted to take this apart, you just have to pull off on each of the sides here. So one there, and this one here. And there is the side of the car. And you can see there in the middle how it all is. This fell down. There we go. So you can see the inside there. Again, there's not a whole lot of, I guess there's a fair bit of parts with this, and it's not a terribly complex build, but I've seen these well cars done several different ways, and this way I liked it the most. I liked this build the most. It was a lot of fun to actually build it. Now take a look at the containers. You see I have my quote-unquote 40 foot and a 20 foot container. They are both half. These are using 6x12 stud plates on top and bottom, and I just have some 2x2s under there for some feet. And then the doors is probably what I am most happy with. These doors turned out so great. I did have to change the design a smidge, so I'll show you the two different ones here. And this is because real world versus 3D design. They look the same, but these ones are sunk back in more, and these ones actually come out just a little bit. See that right there? Just a little bit. And because they pop out just a little bit, they actually interfere with this front 2x4. You can see the space that creates in there. There's a lot of space in there. But if this is in there, there's no space. It just is enough. I mean, we're talking, it's less than, it's maybe a millimeter of extra space in there. Well, because these stick out, I can't put two 20-foot containers in one car. Well, that's no bueno. So I can show you here, these are fully functional doors, how those open up. And these are 2x8s, 2x6s, I'm sorry, with just these handles on the side, a plate on top to smooth it out, 2 clips, and then a 5L bar, which makes that close like that. It's super cool. Just some plates on top to make it nice and smooth. And these, I forget what these are called, sometimes like container sides, but there's 4 of these on each side to give it that container look. But you can see I also ordered these all wrong because these all should be dark gray like this, where they're all light gray, and that was not great. So I have to order more of the dark gray stuff. So here on this one, it's a little bit different. Let me show that. Okay, so when I open this up, these are a little bit tighter just because the doors are thicker now. And again, I don't have the right color parts because I ordered the wrong things, real world versus 3D design. But here you can see I've added an extra 1x6 plate on here, which pushes the 2x6 plate back a stud. I've replaced, there's a, technically it's a 1x6 across here, but I switched up my plates under here and put a tile, 1x4 tile in there. So now when these close, they can clear that bottom tile there. And to close them, you kind of have to close both at once, just because of they're so much deeper. They close much better this way. I mean, I can open and close one at a time like this without too much force. I mean, sometimes it takes just a little bit, but it's as close as it can kind of get. But with this one, it does take a little bit more force to put that in there. But it's okay. It still looks, I think, absolutely gorgeous. I think this looks so good. I'm so happy with this. And I took this design from probably 4 different people's containers to make this one that I liked. And this, again, ended up being my favorite. I have these studs up on top. So these are just, or these 1x2 plates and 1x1s. So that what I can do is I can stack the 20-foot containers on top of the 40-foot containers with relative ease. Like that. So I could put both of these inside the well car, and I could be double stacked there, like that. So that is the containers and the well car. Pretty cool, eh? So what I want to do now is I'm going to build one of these containers right now, and build one in red, so you guys can take a look at that. Okay, so there's most of the red container. I did forget the 1x6 to put behind here. I need to go find some. I think I have a few somewhere. So yeah, if I go in here, and what I do is to extend that is I just take off this guy here with those 3 bars, put the 1x6 behind it, put that back on top, and then put this back on like that, and that closes real nice like that. There we go, in that in red. And again, I think this looks super awesome. I love the way this container looks, especially in this red. I want to try to find a few other colors. Finding these is a bit tough. They're not terribly expensive, but just finding them in other colors is proving to be difficult. So I've only found light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and the red so far. I think there's blue out there as well. But yeah, I'm gonna look for some more of those. And yeah, I'm missing parts to be able to do the other side of the doors, but at least you can see kind of how that went together, how to build those doors. So if you want to build this yourself, you can do that. I'll probably end up making a mock for this and uploading it somewhere so that you can have the actual IO file. I don't know if I'll actually make directions for it or not, but we'll end up seeing how that goes. And for my next magic trick, let's build one of the cars. All right, so now we have our 4 pieces together. This is like super simple to go through. Now, just attach one side here. Our other side on this one. And over here, I have this guy. It's really hard to do leaning over the camera. All right, so now I will get my last few pieces and we'll put the 2 struts in the middle there. All right, and to make these are just 3 1x2s and then 2 1x2 plates. I ran out of yellow 1x2 plates. And then in the bottom, you have these 2, just these little Technic studs, and they just go in there. And to put them in, I'm just going right between the 2 bricks that are there. Gives them a little bit more stability as well. There and right there. Push that all together, and there we have the main body of the well car. And the cars are, let's say the trucks are pretty easy to make. It's just 2 of the RC wheels with a 2x6 in there, your bogie on that side there. So I am short on the 2x4 plates, but I'll put a 2x3 there. Our turntable, 2 of these black 1x6 plates, and then again, if that was full, that would go on there. So I'm sorry, these are tiles, and then that goes right there, and that gives us a nice smooth surface. And again, this one goes here underneath the end car, like that. And then if I get my other one, you can see how these would then join together. Come on. Like that. So we have our full range of motion on all of them there. And that's at least 2 of them. And again, so I have a 3rd one to build still. The only thing it's going to be these 2 end plates here, these 2 shorter ones on each side of it, because it is just a middle car. It's not ones that have the brakes on them. So that's that. Again, we can take our containers here and we can set those in there. Red container. That, again, doesn't quite fit because those are sticking out. So we can just set the red container on top there, like that. All right, so that's the summary there for this TTX well car MOC. I do plan on making some decals for this. I did get a pack of clear sticker paper that I can use in my laser printer. So I do plan on making some stickers and decals for this. I don't think I'll make any for the containers. I'm okay leaving those kind of plain Jane, that's fine. But I definitely think I'm gonna put some on here. To experiment with that, that'll be a different video on how I do that. But yeah, so this is my TTX well car build and containers. If you guys want to check this out, I will make sure I put links down below where you can download it. And I hope you guys go out and build something, have fun with it. This was a ton of fun for me. So thank you all for joining in. Hope you guys have a super fun time building something, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.